since I've been put on the spot, so it has to be something spontaneous. All right. I am honestly, I must share that before I came here, I have a very cynical son who said, "Mom, are you sure you will stay long there?" Because he paid only a portion of the fees. Yes. And I said, and after one day, I was convinced that this is a place I should be. And what has been doing has met my expectation. Thank you, Jane and John. Yeah. And I think yes, and not only that, I think their heart and they don't put their mind first, they put their heart first. But after that, they put their mind in, and then we all got confused because there's so much of heart and soul that when they put in their mind, we're wondering what's happening here, you know? So I don't know whether you know what I mean. it was for me as a reflection. I had to figure that out because I'm a very linear person. So if you want to do all soul and heart, it should be that way. If you want to do an intellectual approach, it should be one way. So anyway, so that was my adjustment, but it was very fast because everything was done very compassionately and very sensitively, so it was greatly appreciated by people like me who's very intellectual biased, right? So, and the most of all, I think, was that I can make use. So that means what is written here has been fulfilled. All right, bridging theory and practice, and I definitely can bring it back. And I will definitely share with the MPI. All right, I'm going to bring it back. Yes, not only bring it back, I'm going to implement them into the school curriculum for the refugee learning center in Mae Sot in Thailand. Yeah, because the children there and the adults there, to them, what is peace? They came from a war-torn country which has been having civil war, mind you, for more than 5 years. So the people there have reached a state where they just cannot emote anymore. So that's why sometimes I wonder, are they all right? No, that's how they protect themselves. So, and the kids, if you talk to them about peace, maybe the younger ones will listen to you, but the teenagers have gone through that traumatized experience. What peace are you talking about? Even my son, they say, "Mom, as long as there are people, there's no peace." Why? Because the conflict comes from us. So as long as there's people, there's no peace. So now I'm going to transform him, you know? Yeah, because it is possible. And I'm so glad to find this community which gives me a sense of direction, purpose, and hope that it is possible. It is possible. And through these 5 days of reflection, learning, reflection, I think I really appreciate the reflection. It's, it helps me to look even deeper into what I'm doing and the significance of what I have been doing, because I have been implementing learning, social emotional learning. If those of you who are educators, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because it's part of the psychosocial support to bring healing to traumatized children. But now I realize I can add another dimension to it, which is the peace, which previously, because I'm not exposed to that part, so I can bring it in. And from the young ones, they can start to be peace builders indirectly as we teach them and as we play games. And they give me also ideas, because I have also have an initiative where I got sponsors to donate to make nice corners for the K1 and the K2 students, the young ones. Now I'm going to call those corners peace corners. And we can do a lot of things there. So it's amazing. So I'm so thankful to both John and Dave. Your approach and your style of sharing is not imposing. And you give us lots and lots of time to discuss, to think, to reflect. And I think I value that. Thank you very much.